Alright guys, welcome back to my channel today. Today we're going to be making Labneh. So last week, if you recall, I showed you how to make plain yogurt, Labneh. So this week I'm showing you what you can do with the yogurt you made, the Labneh, to make Labneh, which is pretty much dried yogurt. So it's not really a recipe, you only need yogurt and salt. So like there's no like exact measurements of like how much yogurt to how much salt or whatever. You just pretty much do the salt to taste, and yeah, literally that's all the ingredients, yogurt and salt. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So it does take a couple of days. So there's like different styles of Labneh. You can have them more soft and like spreadable, like like kind of like a cream cheese consistency. So you might leave it like for 2 days. If you want it a bit firmer, 3 to 4. But for me, I'm gonna make Labneh balls, and that's what I'm gonna show you out of it. So I'm gonna leave it for like 5 to 7 days in the fridge. I'll show you. Straining. So what I've got here is a strainer over a bowl, just a bowl. And if you have cheesecloth, use cheesecloth. If you have like a fabric bag, use a fabric bag. Use whatever you have. Today I got chucks, just basic chucks, and I got 4 of them, and I lined the strainer with them. Just make sure that they're not falling. I've lined the strainer with them, so it's going to act as a strainer for it. So literally, what we're going to do, going to grab salt and just add it. You might think it's a lot, but the salt, like, what's the word? It gets rid of the moisture, so that's what's going to help it train, and it's also going to flavor your yogurt. So start off with around like 3 tablespoons. That's what I do, and I'll mix it and then I'll taste it. Just give it a mix. I think listen, I like mine very salty. It's all about preference and what you like. If you like it less salty, put less salt. Do whatever you like. All right. I already know I'm gonna need to add more before I even taste it, because I've made it that many times, I know. What's that, like maybe 5 tablespoons of salt? There's 3 liters of milk here, so it is quite a bit. And you'll see, once it's done straining after the 5 days, it turns into nothing. Alright, let's give it a taste. I'm gonna add 1 more. Right. So what's that? About 6 to 7 tablespoons I use. Listen, I love salt, so you may think it's too salty. Taste it as you go and see how you like it. Grab the new spoon. Perfect. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour it straight into the strainer. Leave it on your bench top to chill for like 2 hours, just so it can strain a lot of the water, you will see. And then once it's strained a bit and it's gone down a bit, just fold these over and tie it up with a rubber band, or just tie one of the cloths around it. I will show you now, but can't really. So just like bring it all up, all the corners, and tie a rubber band around. Alright, and you'll notice it releases a lot of like water. So every couple of hours, like for the first couple of days, it's going to release a lot, so just strain it chuck it out, you don't need it. And then towards the end of like how if you want to turn it into balls or not, you decide. But towards the end, you will see like it release barely anything because it's pretty much all out. So what I like to do also towards like the end couple of days, I go in and I squeeze the Labneh to like release some of that excess liquid in it, because that by getting rid of all that liquid, that's what helps them keep forever. That's why I like to make them, not forever, but you know, for a long time. That's why I like to make the Labneh balls, because I put them in oil and they stay for months on end, you know. Yeah, you don't need to make the yogurt. If you want to go buy Greek yogurt from the shop, buy Greek yogurt. Make sure it's full fat. It is better, because like the taste is better. And just use that. You don't need to make it. It's 2 seconds worth. You know, it's so much easier if you do that. But I personally like making it. That's how my tater did it. That's how I do. Yeah. So I'll come back in 5 days and show you how it is, and then we'll make the Labneh balls. Alright, catch you then. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's been maybe 1 to 2 hours now since I've had it soaking, and as you can see, it's starting to drop. You can see where it was, and you can see like how it's starting to drop down. And if I show you, you can see all the liquid coming out of it. So that's what we want. So I'm gonna dump that and then let it continue straining on the bench. Alright guys, so back with the Labneh. I've just taken it out of the fridge after it's been around 5-6 days, I think, since it's been like straining, you know. As you can see, I have a tiny bit of liquid left from the yogurt. Right now, it's at the perfect consistency to roll into the balls for the Labneh balls. Since I'm rolling them into balls, I've got my container with canola oil in it. You could use vegetable oil or a light olive oil. I wouldn't use like a good olive oil because it will go solid in the fridge. So use a canola or vegetable oil. That way it stays liquid in the fridge. Alright, so just put the Labneh into this bowl. I'll show you a close up of what it looks like. As you guys can see, the Labneh is the yogurt that it was has now fully dried, like not fully dried out obviously, but you know, a lot of the water's come out, and that's perfect for rolling it into balls. So that's what we're gonna do. So now that you've seen the texture and of like how you want it to roll into balls, you want to get your oil. You don't want to have too much oil in it, because obviously as you put the balls into it, it's going to rise. You can roll them and then put them on a tray first and then put them into the oil, but literally all I do is I'm going to dip my hand into the oil and coat them with oil, just so that when I roll them, they don't stick to my hand too much, like the yogurt. The size, you can really do how big you want. I say about tablespoon measurement is kind of what you want. If you can see, like that. I'll show you it once they're done. But yeah, around a tablespoon. If you go, you can go bigger, but not really a point. And then just drop it straight in. And then continue going until it's all done. So look at that. Smaller than a ping pong ball and a golf ball. If you ever like one of them small ice cream scoops, you can probably use that to you know, get like the exact same size, but it's really not necessary. Well, I don't think if you want to use it, you go ahead and use it. But yeah, just keep dropping them in. So I'm going to go ahead and finish doing this, and I'll meet you back once I'm all done. Okay, so I've just finished rolling all the Labneh balls, as you can see, the infamous Labneh jar. I don't really know how many, I didn't count how many balls it made, but made quite a few. What I'm going to do now is, since it's not completely covered with oil, I'm going to cover it with oil, like fully. That way they'll keep a lot longer, because if you don't have them fully submerged, they will, once air and that gets to it, they'll go bad. So I'm going to fill it up a bit more until they're all covered with oil and chuck them in the fridge. I'll show you guys what they look like close up. Alright, so this is the Labneh balls, as you can see. They look a lot larger from the outside, obviously because of the oil, but as you can see, they're a good size. Like I was saying, they will keep for one month, give or take, you know. In our household, they don't usually last that long because we finish them before, you know. But they'll last for as long as they're sitting in that oil, they're gonna last, and they're completely covered. Don't go chucking your hands in there to, you know, grab them out. Get a fork, you know, hygiene, you know, pick them up with a fork or a knife. Don't double dip if you lick it or whatever. They'll keep for ages. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the Labneh. I'll show you guys a couple recipes, like what to use it with, but like whatever you use, like however you use Philadelphia cream cheese, you can use Labneh. Labneh is our cream cheese for wogs. Arabs, I should say. But yeah, so you can make sandwiches, have it on toast, have it with eggs. You do you. I'll show you guys some recipes on that. But yeah, that's our Labneh jar. I'm gonna go fill this up with oil and chuck it in the fridge. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next week for another video.